Hello, it's Mary Lou and I have a new journal to share. But first, let me tell you that this is a design team project for Laura at the Papered Soul. She approached me and asked me if I would use some of the goods from her Etsy shop in the making of this journal, and so I agreed, delighted to agree to do that. So you'll find her on Etsy and on YouTube, The Papered Soul, and that's Laura. So here's the new journal. I hope I can fit it in frame because she's a big one. She measures 8 3/4 by 6. So she's a chunky little girl. Besides that, her spine is 2 inches. She has 3 signatures. The covers were printed on just regular 110-pound cardstock, and then I coated them with Ranger Multimedia Matte. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because this is the second time I filmed this, and the first time it went just way too long. So let me try to condense it this time. I did a lot of fussy cutting here and added some dies and die cuts that I made and some little flowers. The trim I have hand dyed myself. There's 2 pieces, this one and the fringe that you see hanging. I did a lot of stitching. There's the spine. I did a lot of stitching in this 3 signature journal, both on the outside cover, on the inside pages, and on some of the cards and tags. I used a multiple of different types of papers, so I will let you read all that down below. Please, whenever you watch my videos, check the Show More area that's just beneath the video, and you will find more details and the link to my website. This journal will be for sale on my website. Thank you again, Laura. Let's take a look and see what we have inside. Okay, there's a pocket that I created from a page in the kit, and I created a few items for this kit using some of the elements from the journal, some of the pages and papers. So there's this journal belongs to. I used stickles and Wink of Stella throughout. I did stenciling. There's stamping. Anyway, it's a beautiful kit from Calico Collage, and I will tell you everything else about it down below. So we're just going to look now. There's a guest check from Laura's shop that I did some decoupaging on. There's a tag from the kit, a down size, or it might be the normal size, I don't know. I used a lot of die cuts, like dies and punches, so there's that. Behind in this glassine bag is a large tag that I created using a die. Isn't that beautiful? Butterflies. And then it has room down in the back to put more if you want to. And then I made this. This is where my story begins, and you can journal on that. It's so frustrating when you're trying to hurry and make a journal, make a video, and it doesn't want to cooperate. My phone didn't want to. Lots of lace added here and there. There's some stenciling. Added grid to the back of some of the littler pages. There's over 100 pages in this journal. I know there's 94. I believe there's 94. Let me get my cheat. There's 94 plus large pages, including inside and outside back covers. And then there's a whole ton of these smaller pages. Here's a bag from Laura's shop. I'll show you this side so you can see it. Isn't that pretty? I love the pinks in this one. On the front, I glued down an image with some Wink of Stella on it, and then I made a little tuck spot behind it for the tag. Inside the pocket, whoops, see, I had already done this, so I'm having to go back and redo. So in this vellum envelope, it's so beautiful, that paper. There are some fairies, lots of fairies. I love fairies. Here's one of my little tuck side tucks where you can either glue it down or use it to journal on the whole thing. Inside there's some cards. That one has a poem. I used some paper clips and added some lace or some of the beautiful fibers from Laura's shop. Aren't they beautiful? This peach color, pinky peach. Okay, going on. I lost my spot. There we go. I did use vellum and I printed on it. Isn't that beautiful with that page from the kit? I used some Tim Holtz little girls and added some butterflies. This is from the kit. This beautiful doily is an oval doily. It is from Laura's shop. You can find it there. The link will be down below. There's ledger pages and lined pages. This is a pocket from the kit. I decoupaged on this piece from the kit. This is from Graphic 45, and you can learn about that down below. I did spraying, as you can see, with butterflies and with fairies. There you go. And there's lots of stitching and lots of threads, which you can cut if you so desire. Okay, here's a pocket that I made with a glassine bag behind it. This is an alteration tag from Laura's shop. And I did some decoupaging on that. So that slides back behind here. In the pocket, there's a large card. I believe in fairies. I had this little piece of lace left, so fringe lace, so I put it here. There's a little tuck spot on the front of the glassine bag. And then here's a teeny tiny little tuck spot with a tiny little tag in it. Here's the center of the first signature. Over here we have a side pocket. Then did some Martha Stewart punching. Thank you, Charlene, for teaching me how to do these gorgeous, now I can't remember, Edith Holden pages from one of her books. And then there's a fairy in it with some stitching down the side. I made a lot of envelopes for this journal. Okay, I did some, you can see better here, some punching or die cutting. I guess this one was a die. There's your hearts on a string. There's, I made a lot of tags. These are manila folders that I cut down and make into tags. And then I printed on vellum and glued it on there. So it's fussy cut and then glued on. Did some poems on some of the parchment paper. There's some grid. There's some more of my spraying. This pocket was created using a die. There you can see it better. Laura sent me the most adorable little tickets or tags. Aren't they cute? Just little bitty guys, but they've even got the reinforced hole. That's so cute. There you go, both sides. So this is another vellum image that I cut and glued on. There's a fairy. There's some cards in here from My Mind's Eye. If I can get them in, let's see. Ledger page. There's a tuck spot that I created. Okay, and then here's another alteration. Here's an alteration tag from Laura's shop that I decoupaged. And a card with fairies. I had more fun making this, not only because I got to use a lot of Laura's pretties, but because I had a lot of fairy stuff that I'd saved up for this. I took Tim Holtz Kids, put wings behind them, glitzed them up with stickles. There's that vellum page. The other side. There's the other side of that. With another, this is an envelope. These are some, I think, Prima cards. Jody Lee, they're either nature or fairy, something fairy. Fairy Bell, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, there's those. Some more of that fiber from Laura's shop. Isn't that pretty? It got caught, but it's pretty. There you go. It's beautiful. Here's that bag, another bag again. I love these pink bags. Inside, you'll find a beautiful image of fairies, and you'll find them throughout. Also here, I made a little tuck spot behind this card. There's a vellum envelope in the bag with this little booklet in it. There's another page, some stenciling with, there's another beautiful page. This is another envelope from Laura's shop, the papered sole. I did a little fussy cutting of flowers from the kit and put this little card in the envelope, and then behind I left it open so I could put these two little things. Up here I created another spot cutting out a piece of this page, and so you have those. That's the end of the first signature, and we're going on to the second one. Here's a little tuck spot or pocket that I created. There's some tags, or tickets, excuse me, some tickets from Laura's shop. Pretty white ones with a hot pink edge, kind of, yep. And a little teeny tiny tag that I downsized. And there's this journal card. And there's a vellum envelope with a couple of tickets inside from the kit. So you have lots of places to do little bitty journaling, you know, little thoughts. I fussy cut this out and put it on top of the vellum, the glassine bag, excuse me, and then upsized a ticket and put some of the pretty, some pretty lace, and then the fibers from Laura's shop. Stitching on the edge, stenciling. There's another partial page. There's a book cover, The Forest Fairy, and it just tucks right into behind those fairies. And then in the pocket, and this is a white bag from Laura's shop. I'll show you the other side in just a second. There's another cover of a book, a vintage book, and some little cards to journal on. This is a white sack that Laura sells, and I like using those because it's a clean, you know, it's just a nice clean surface with which to decorate, as I did here. You know, whatever you want to put on it. Here's another side fold, and there's a poem. There's a guest check from Laura's shop that I did some decoupaging on. And this is an envelope from Marion Smith. I was grateful that I found her before she shut her shop down and was able to buy a few things from her. And this is one of them. So there's nothing in it. I'm going to allow you to fill that bag, that sack, or that envelope, that tall envelope. I thought that would be really nice for some taller things or photos. There's that beautiful vellum paper again. There's an angel, or no, excuse me, a fairy from, it's a graphic 45 fairy. I'll tell you more about it down below. Here's that beautiful page I fussy cut out earlier. Here's a little tuck spot. There's some a fairy that already was glittered up. The paper came that way. Here's a couple of cards that will just tuck right in there. And then I included several pages of that I had of ledger paper. There's some more fairies. Here's a tuck spot again, created with that same punch or die cut. And some more of the beautiful peach fibers. They look peach to me. I don't know. I'm not great on colors. I can put them together, but I can't tell you what they're called. Anyway, there's a card. There's another, I think it's a Jody Lee card, and there's a ephemera, vintage ephemera with fairies on it. On this side, this is the center of the second if I didn't say it. Look at those beautiful images in the card. You got this. Here's an envelope that I created using a page from the kit. And this is vellum that's been glued down to this card that I stitched on. And I don't know if I pointed it out, but there's hearts on a string in each signature center. Okay, there's this is parchment paper, and I did print some poems and sayings about fairies. There's another little lined page that I created a pocket on. So you've got those to journal on. A daily planner, some more butterflies, and a fairy, and some stamp punching with a Martha Stewart. Back here, there's a big fairy under there, and there's some ephemera and tags. And then this is a Rena Donnelly flip. There you go. And that's been tea-dyed. And there's some cards in here. Some fairies tucked in there. And then there's another little vellum envelope with some butterflies from the kit, a little card, journal there, and again some butterflies. Here's another portion of a doily from Laura's shop. So pretty. It looks really nice on there with that little edging it has. There's another fairy, and that one's from the kit. There's the vellum page. So beautiful. Another side pocket that you can glue down or not. And inside are these from the kit. And then this is an image that I printed out on vellum and then fussy cut it, glued it down, and stitched across the top of the tag. Okay, here's the other end of that beautiful white, I don't know if white is beautiful, but I liked the white bags. I really did. I'm partial to them now. There's an image from the kit, or no, that's just not a kit image. That's one I found, either at Graphics Fairy or somewhere else. Okay, this is some envelopes. I learned how to do this from Gail Agostinelli. I put a little closure on this one so that she would stay shut because she's chunky, this little envelope. And it's all glitzed up. On this side it says, I still believe in fairies. And you open her up. I learned the envelopes from Gail, like I said. I created some index cards. There's 3 in this pocket. And I used pages from the kit and then an image either from Graphics Fairy or Pinterest. I do my due diligence and try to make sure that they are copyright free. From Clemmy, I learned to take these pages and sew them in. So you've got 16 pages to journal there. And then on this side, I created these. And a little backstory, since on the first video, I discovered that these were sewn into the pocket because silly me, I didn't take them out before oh, it isn't these, it's the other ones. But this, so I remade the whole thing. You know, I re-sewed this. I reinforced the back to make sure it would stay sturdy. And so I left the partially stitched index cards in there because I thought they added a backstory to it. See, there you can see them. Just a little bit on the edge is all I caught, but still. I know I pulled them out, but I apparently didn't pull them out far enough. So it's all fixed and now usable, and I did emboss the envelope so you can see that with lots of roses. So they're in this little pocket that's created by this sack. And I put grid paper on the shorter pages so you can journal back there. Here's another a page that I used, one of Laura's little glassine envelopes, and I just love the size because they're perfect for little cards. This is a die cut here and then a punch here. And then behind the sack, or the envelope, sorry, are some images, fairy images, of course. Up here I made another little tuck spot pocket. There's a page from a book cover and a ticket. And then here's one of her cute little tags. And there it says, I believe in fairies, and that's on vellum. The end of the second signature onto the third. We're getting there. Okay, this image is included in the kit. I thought that was great that Norella included that. Here's some of the one of the sayings I printed out. Okay, I used 2 glassine bags. This one has a little upsized ticket, and it fits right in there. Behind it are these. Haven't decided whether I'm going to stamp something on there or just let you do something there. I'll think about it. Anyway, in this glassine bag, there's an image on the front, of course, and then there's this. This was in the kit. So cute. This is another bag from Laura's shop with the pretty pink flowers. Inside, we have this, and this is a music page from Graphics Fairy. Here's an envelope that was included in the kit with cards that came as well. And on the front is just a cute little gal swinging with fairies. There's the other side of that fairy vellum page. There's a large gal. She's not large, but the image is large with wings. So we made her a fairy. And here's another little side pocket that I turned the other way. It's in the kit. There's a fairy that I fussy cut out and printed out of vellum, and some fancy stitching down the side with some lace. And these are all coffee dyed, this page too. Here's a little tuck spot that she included in the kit. Inside I put some tickets from Laura's shop. These I purchased on my own before she asked me to do because I love that color. My phone stopped, so I'm going to take up where I left off. I'd already shown you this pocket. This is a little vellum envelope that I created. I also embossed it. And there's a little ticket or a little card inside from Graphic 45. Okay, moving along. Some punching and some more of my spraying with butterflies and little fairies. We're almost done. Here's the center of the third signature. I did a lot of cutting again, some die cutting, and made these little pockets. Here's some fairies. And then on the upper pocket, there's a poem and a fairy queen. And there's another one of the cute little tags from Laura's shop. And this one says Believe, and it's printed on vellum. Here's another vellum pocket, or a side pocket, tuck here. And in it, you'll find another Edith Holden page that I've made into a pocket. And in the pocket is 2 cards. There you go. Some more stenciling and spraying. There's another little pocket that I created. This is a die that I have, and then I put some vellum behind it just to give it some more stability and to be able to create that pocket. There's a card and another cute little, I love these little tags. I can't say it enough, Laura. They're so cute. And it says Fairy Whispers. And then here's another little envelope tuck spot with fairy inside. Fairies. These are coffee dyed, as is this. There's another side of the pretty doilies from her shop and a fairy on it from Laura's shop. And there's the other side of that vellum page. Here's a little side tuck that's been stitched down. There's another vellum fairy image on a file folder card. And on this side of the pink bag, I did a little tuck spot with a fairy and stuck this fairy inside. In the bag, there you go. And there's this other side of that pretty bag. Couldn't cover it up. Some stitching down this ledger sheet, some stitching down this one to put on the lace. There's this is one of her doilies, the oval doilies. I cut it and created it into a pocket that has a glassine bag inside, so this will slide in and out a little more easily. There's fairy, and there's the last pages. This is the this is a pocket I created from the kit. I put my Handmade by Me in there, and there's a large tag that I upsized. That's it. So this will again be in my new web page, on my new web page. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. And again, I want to thank Laura for allowing me to do this design team project for her and create this journal with all the beautiful things she has in her shop, or a lot of them. I didn't use all of them. I used a lot. Thanks again, and stop by another time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.